Do you think, like, think logically here? Do you think the debt is $35 trillion right now and increasing by the second? Do you think that the debt will be higher or lower in 5 years from now? Do you think the debt, not only in the US, but like the worldwide, people's debt, do you think it'll be higher or lower in 5 years from now? With everything going on, people losing their jobs, everything becoming more expensive, do you think that the debt level is going to go higher or lower in the next 5 years? Do you think trust in our governments will be higher or lower in 5 years from now? 2020 was a real eye-opener for a lot of people. And when there's an expression that says, once you see it, you can't unsee it. And we're kind of moving through that whole transition right now and whole awakening by everybody, day by day, one person at a time. People are becoming aware of just how much shit's gone on within governments and within the world and how corrupt it all is. And so do you think that people's trust in government will be higher or lower in 5 years? And the third one is, do you think that the number of people using Bitcoin, adopting Bitcoin, will be higher or lower in 5 years? So all these things are directly correlated with what's going to happen within Bitcoin. The debt levels, as they continue to go up, people lose faith in that currency. We're already at a point where we're never going to be able to pay off that debt, going down the same road. The trust in government, the whole idea with Bitcoin is that it's designed to separate money from state. It's designed to separate the governments from the ability to print more, create more, add more debt, and make people's lives harder and harder each day. And then the number of people using Bitcoin, that's directly correlated with the demand for Bitcoin, right? And so the supply will not change. That's the bottom part. That's the denominator in this whole equation. The supply will not change. We know how much there is today. We know how much there's going to be in 5 years. That part will not change. But the top part, the debt, people running away from the dollar, people running away from the governments, and more people understanding the value of Bitcoin, that's going to drive up the demand. So even if the demand somehow, even if you're somebody who thinks that, well, we might manage the debt, the government might regain people's trust, and it's only going to be us using Bitcoin in 5 years from now. Even if the demand stayed the exact same as it is from now, or it is today, the supply will not change. So it's actually going to go down and down and down. And 4 years from now, every 10 minutes, it's going to go from 3.125 Bitcoin to 1.56 Bitcoin. So the supply is going to go down. So even if the demand, everything we just talked about here, even if it stayed the same, the price, the purchasing power will go up over time. So, I mean, it's pretty easy to see what's going to happen here. If you think logically, and if you think over a long enough time frame here, there's no other way for this thing to move. Because there's really no way that the debt goes down. I don't see any circumstance where people's trust in government goes up. And I don't see any way that the number of people using Bitcoin will be lower today, because you just have to go under the simple logical principle here that once you see it, once you're aware of what's going on here, you cannot unsee it. You never go back to that old system. It might take you a while to slowly transition out of it, but you're never going to go back that direction. So this whole thing, this up and to the right forever, it's not just an expression. It's actually what's going to happen here. It's just a matter of time. So